Hello, everybody. Welcome to that's football. That's football. I nearly said the United stand. Hello, everybody, and welcome to That's Football. Hope you're all doing very well. It's England against Panama. We're singing for England. It's coming home. It's coming home. Vindaloo. Yeah, I'm in a good mood. I'm in a very good mood. If you saw me on the United stand earlier, I was in a very good mood, and I'm in a very good mood tonight. England are playing. We're going to smash Panama. We're gonna get back playing good football. I'm happy with the team. I've got a bet builder with Ball Sports to talk to you about as well. But before I do that, let me just say I am happy with that team, and I've had enough. I've had enough of all these negative twats who keep going in on Tuchel because they don't want a manager from Germany. We all know what you're on about. We all know what you're on about. You just don't want a manager from Germany. But I am very happy with this England team. Trying to figure, I can't read that. That's not England, is it? We got the right. Panama, England. We're playing in red, aren't we? Yeah, there we are. That's the England team. Rashford and Saka and Rodgers and Kane. Bellingham playing deeper because of Rice's injury. I've said I'd like to see this before. O'Reilly in at left back. Kwanzaa in at right back. Gahey and Konza. I think that's arguably, apart from Declan Rice, a very strong England team, and I'm very happy with it. There's what happens. Look, we win the group. If we win the game, which I'm sure we will, things looking good. Ghana was a disappointment, but let's get that disappointment out of the way. That's how I feel. Get the disappointment out of the way and move forward together in a positive way. Get things back on track by smashing Panama. That's what we're looking for here today. 6-0 mark. Yeah, 6-0 after the first 10 minutes. Yeah, I think that's what will probably happen. We're in New York, aren't we? This game at the MetLife. So it'll be absolutely packed, and get ready. Should be a cracking result. Before I get into anything, let me just tell you that we are sponsored by Ball Sports on this, which means I have got a bet builder Saturday night, 10 p.m. in the UK, and a big Saturday night treat as England take on Panama in the World Cup. And I have my bet builder here. If you don't know what a bet builder is, it's where you put a load of things together in one bet, and if they all come off, it comes in. So I've got England to win, Saka to score at any time, over 2.5 goals, over 7.5 corners, and Harry Kane over 2.5 shots. No yellow cards in there. Get rid of that. So England to win, Saka to score any time, over 2.5 goals, over 7.5 corners, and Harry Kane to have over 2.5 shots. It's coming home. I'm getting it in there tonight, definitely. Give it a go yourself. What do you think of mine? Let me know your comments. And also throughout this tournament, the team at Ball Sports have got a little World Cup teaser for you, just for fun. I'll tell you the answer at half-time. Which English defender scored 2 headers from corner kicks during the first half of England's famous win against Panama in the 2018 World Cup? Let me know your thoughts on that. Keep hold of your answer. We'll talk about it half-time. During this World Cup, Ball Spots are reminding you to bet with your head, not with your heart. We all want England to win, but you've got to put your loyalty and passion to one side and not let emotion muddy the waters. As always, it's 18 plus, UK and Ireland only. Please bet responsibly. Terms and conditions are in the description and via the QR code. Thank you very much to Ball Sports, and I'll keep you updated with how I'm doing on my bet builder throughout the game. But I've just noticed it's raining here. I don't want to see the word thunder anywhere, or lightning. This better not be one of them. Let's have a look at the New York weather. 27 degrees. Just rain. Just rain. Muggy, that is. Getting rain at 27 degrees. That's muggy. Could be a thunderstorm risk, but isn't. So we're all right. And if you're in New York on Wednesday, it's going to be 37 degrees, and it's going to be 39 degrees on Thursday and 37 degrees on Friday. We've just had that this week in the UK. I've just had one of them. What was that? I felt like I got hit by lightning in my knee. Anyway, cheers, everybody. The World Cup, Saturday night. Let's have it. Looking forward to it. Hope you are as well. It's raining, yes. It is raining. I don't like going live this early. The game should be starting by now. World Cup games, I don't normally go live until about 5 to. Are you going to stand up, says Lee? Yes, I will be standing up. The only reason I didn't stand up on Tuesday because it was bloody hot. But I am going to be standing up for this one today, yes. So, yeah, thank you everybody for that. As always, you are very welcome on the show. Yeah, it's never nice when it's humid and raining. It's not what I call nice weather. But are you disappointed that Mainoo's not starting, Mark? Yes and no. From a selfish Man United point of view, obviously I want to see Mainoo play. From an England point of view, I actually think I quite like Bellingham playing a little bit deeper. It allows us to be a little bit more attacking. I do like Morgan Rogers. I think he's done a good job for England there. So, yeah, obviously I would have liked to see Mainoo play, but at least he hasn't picked Jordan Henderson. I think that would have been a kick in the nuts. So, yeah. Please do share the video, by the way. We've got 6,000 watching already on YouTube, and please do subscribe. I'm going to be pushing for that tonight for the simple reason we're on 1.489 million subscribers. We're on 489,700. We are, well, actually 730. We're 270 subscribers away from 490 and the 10,000 countdown to 1.5 million. So please do subscribe tonight if you're on YouTube, bottom right hand corner, and if you've already subscribed, please share the video. I just got a little bit of time. I just wanted to just very, very quickly talk about this. I just think there's so much bloody moaning going on around England from ex-players, the media, certain fans. Oh, we should have brought Trent. Oh, we should have brought Cole Palmer. Oh, we should have done this. Well, maybe you should have done your badges and got the job yourself. The reality is Tuchel has played better football than Southgate could in 8 years. And we had one game where we played badly as a team, and we've done what Tuchel thinks is right. Why should he pick Trent? There's clearly a reason. He doesn't want to pick him. And as a manager, he has every right to do that. If we get knocked out and you think Trent could have made us win the World Cup, absolutely fine. But get behind the team, get behind the manager is my motto. I think we've got a great chance of doing well in this tournament. And I think Ghana was the players. I don't think it was the manager. He made 2 or 3 very attacking subs in the second half and we still couldn't break them down. So, Story says better football, no way. Yeah, mate, I don't know what coma you were in that last week, but we smashed Croatia last week in the first game of the World Cup. Southgate couldn't smash a Poppadom. The guy wears a bloody helmet on the peloton, yeah? He wears his swimming trunks in the bath. He's Mr. Conservative. So, yeah, we did play really well last week against Croatia, and we never played well under Southgate. Get behind the manager. Simple as that. Panama won't be scoring, says Keelan. Yeah, well, to be fair to Panama, they did only lose 1-0 to Ghana. And I think they only lost 1-0 to Croatia. So they're not, they're not awful. But they're up against England tonight. And, we'll be ready for this in the red kit. I'm glad Harry Kane's playing as well. Didn't score against Ghana, should have scored against Ghana. He's obviously, Messi's not playing tomorrow. Mbappe didn't score yesterday. Haaland and Norway bottled it because they didn't want to play Sweden, so he didn't score either. So if Harry Kane could get a couple of goals tonight, gets himself right back in the Golden Boot race as well. So, yeah. Mark is sure Tuchel should make the decisions, but was furious with the Norwegian manager doing so yesterday. Yeah, mate, I don't want to sit you down so early in a stream, but you better get comfy because Norway dropped Haaland and all of their good players and made 10 changes. I don't know whether you've seen the England lineup, but we haven't dropped 10 players and we are going strong. You absolute prat. There's no comparison to what England are doing tonight compared to what Norway did last night. And most Norway players, Norway fans were pissed off last night on our live chat on TikTok and YouTube. So defending it, yeah. I'm over 50. Will I live to see England win the World Cup? Are the Euro title during my lifetime? Great coverage, says Franklin. Mate, I'm nearly 50. In 5 years' time, I'll be 50. Maybe I'll never see it as well. Are we going to give a hydration break in the rain? Yes, Andrew, that's the policy for the whole tournament, and you know it is. Can you give advice to my friend Matthew? He had a girlfriend for 7 days a year ago called Paige, and he's still not over it. Yeah, Agony Bridge is very useful, but why did he go out for a girl for a week and he's not over it a year later? Come on, you're failing him as a mate. You need to get him out and about. You know, he needs to get back on the horse and ride it. Who's your number 2 prediction to win the World Cup? Says Abram. Probably France. Hi Mark, give us 2018 all over again. 6-1 England. Says Liam. Have you been to New York, Mark? Says Ethan. Yeah, unfortunately, I wish that was a genuine question, but I know what you're doing. A quick history lesson will show you that England is 90% German. Sorry to inform you and the masses, says Grand Prairie. Have you seen Garnacho's new haircut, says Daniel. Yes, we were talking about this last night because we did the Spain-Uruguay game, and we are doing Colombia-Portugal at midnight tonight as well. He does look a bit of a prat, if I'm being honest with you. Yeah, he does look a bit of a prat. England have made 5 changes. Yeah, 5 changes isn't 10, is it? 5 changes isn't dropping Harry Kane. And also, oh my God, I mean, is that rage bait? Have I walked into that? You are trying to think that England are doing what Norway are doing. You literally bottled having to play Sweden. You didn't want to play your rivals in case you lost, so you put your reserves out and went, wow, we were never bothered. England have had to change Reece James because he's injured. We've had to change Declan Rice because he's injured. We've dropped Spence because he's crap. And we've dropped Gordon and Madueke because Saka and Rashford are better. We've not actually rotated. We've gone stronger. That's what we've done. Don't ever compare us to what Norway did. We're not scared of playing whoever we've got to play in the next round, so we're going to lose. We're trying to win. That's what we're going to do. We want to win. You wanted to lose. How can you compare England to Norway? We want to win. You wanted to lose. Sami Zayn just won the world title, says Grand Prairie. And 3 lines on the shirt, 2nd star incoming, 10 pairs deep means nothing, says Shinobi Ben. Well, we're up and running here. I'm live at the game, says Constantine. Come on, England. Attis says, I need your predictions. Do you not watch the preview? We're going to win by a lot. I've seen... Doug also says, have you seen Garnacho's hair? I've been asked this question loads of times. Yes, I have seen his hair. I've seen his hair, and I think he looks a prat. And what's your thoughts on the England kit? Says Dougie. I like it. Seb's got this kit. I've just realised it better. I say, and it is a nice kit. I don't really buy kits anymore, if I'm being honest, but yeah, it is nice. Oh, that camera's hot. Hopefully it won't overheat. Oh no, let me go back there. I know what's happened here. There we go. Lovely stuff. That's not right either. I haven't used the stand-up for a while, that's why. I need to wipe the bloody cameras. There's rain on the cameras. Sort it out. Sort it out. Sorry, I think there might be a problem with the audio. I think this happens when this used to happen before. I don't know why it does it. This is the problem with standing up. Should be quiet now. Yeah, for some reason when I stand up, it seems to mess around with the audio. I don't know why. Tuchel is trying an offensive 11 against low block. I don't know what it is. Every time I stand up, it does something with the audio that's got nothing to do. There's no wire that gets messed up. So it used to happen on the United stand a lot as well. Shout out Sami Zayn, says J-Mac. I don't know what this is to do with, but there we go. I know it's England, but personal World Cup highlight so far, says Shinobi. England. Tuchel is trying an offensive 11 against the low blocks as Robert. And should Odegaard leave Arsenal this summer? Yeah, I'm watching England, mate. I couldn't give a fuck about Odegaard and Arsenal if I'm being... you know what? I'm going to be really blunt. I'm watching England play. And you know what? You might not be English, but I ain't going to talk about Odegaard and Arsenal. Yeah, I think some of you think this is the 2 o'clock in the morning game where it's a bit slow. Yeah, this is real talk. This is real business we're taking care of here. This is a proper game of football. So watch and learn. Here's Saka. Cut it back. Oh, we took it. You cut it back too slow. Come on, get the tempo up. Get the tempo up. Kaminsky's drinking a Desperado. I've not had one of them in years. Thank you everyone who's tuning in on TikTok as well, by the way. Thanks for the follow, Treads. Why do you hate the Mexican wave, says Dylan? Because I'm with it. I know what a Mexican wave is. It's an admission of boredom from the crowd. Any football fan knows what a Mexican wave is. You never get a Mexican wave in the Premier League. Because we get it. I don't think you get many Mexican waves in European football at all. Lovely ball by Rashford, Bellingham, and that should be a corner, and it is. Is England playing 3 at the back? I doubt it. Kwanzaa probably playing at right back. Early goal would be good here. What are you drinking, Mark? I have Desperado. I just got a beer. Mad think. Opinion on Xhaka to Chelsea finally back in the managers, Max. Look, I will answer that one because I think let's see what happens with this corner first. Thank you, Max. Anderson with the cross, headed away by Panama. Good defending, to be fair. Yeah, I think the signing of Xhaka for Chelsea is absolutely perfect. I wouldn't want him at Man United. I don't think Liverpool would want him either. But when you look at Chelsea, Leonardo DiCaprio FC, only going for people under 24, they're dying for some experience. Xhaka last season was probably signing of the season. He was Sunderland's best player. When he didn't play, they were crap. You put him into that Chelsea team, you've instantly got experienced leadership. And I think that's very, very clever for Chelsea. It's exactly the sort... They've missed Thiago Silva, and I think it's an intelligent signing for them. Singh, thanks for the follow. Lionel says, I've got Rice to score a free kick at 25-1. Who's going to tell him? Who's going to tell him? No, and also, Chelsea are going to play 1 game a week. So although Xhaka's going to be 34, 1 game a week for 1 season to get you back in the Champions League, very good. Also played with Xabi Alonso at Leverkusen, as Arj said. So I think it's a very clever signing for them. You know, I always believe your rebuild needs to be contextual. Chelsea aren't winning the league next year, are they? They're not in the Champions League next year. Chelsea are like United 12 months ago, but not in as bad a situation. They didn't finish 15th. They need to get back in the top 5. Mason, Allo, and Ass, thanks very much for the follow. Jared, thanks for gifting a membership. He was brilliant under Alonso at Leverkusen, says Max. Havard says, Norway hasn't been in the World Cup for the last 28 years. 6 players had cramps from the Senegal match. They were through. I don't think he did it because he was afraid of losing against Sweden. I do. Move on. Also, it's a World Cup. Loads of people travel to watch the game, spend a lot of money. They had a very good chance of finishing top of the group, and it would have been their biggest result in World Cup history to beat France. And they decided to drop 10 players because they had a bit of a cramp. Come on. Rashford, good shot. Good save. Good save. Close by Rashford. Cuts inside. Does very well there. Gets the shot off. And keeper did well to make the save. Is it still hot? Hot. This room is taking a long time to cool down. I think the problem is that when you do have some hot weather, even though the weather cools down, your house is hot. Nothing happens with the corner. Good start by England, though. I don't think we're going to get the 6 goals in the first 10 minutes, I thought, but it's a good start. What if England lose? What is next for England? We're not losing, Winston. Are you mad? Thomas James says, Goldbridge thinks Xhaka's a good signing for Chelsea, but if it was United, he'd be moaning about it for days and saying it's evidence of a lack of ambition. Yeah, you know what, Thomas? I actually, even though you're trying to take a dig at me, I actually feel really sorry for you because you're one of those people who is going to get absolutely rinsed without me saying anything. In your attempt to be edgy and make me look foolish, you've absolutely owned yourself. To give you a little bit of a hint, Thomas, the reason I'd be moaning about buying a 34-year-old for Man United is because our pathway is very different to Chelsea's. We're going to be playing in the Champions League and we're meant to be trying to win the league. Chelsea are trying to get back in the Champions League and have no experience in their team at all. England need to play Mainu is difference maker as a midfielder, says Skeet. In other words, what Liverpool want isn't necessarily what Chelsea want. You know, one team might need a goalkeeper, the other team might not need a goalkeeper. So if Chelsea buy Maignan and Arsenal buy Maignan, it's not a good deal for Arsenal. It's a great deal for Chelsea. Diamonde and Ahmad going to make it hard for us, says Dead Boy. And thank you very much for that. Which England player has disappointed you, says Books. It's too... Nah, I'm not doing that. It's way too early in the tournament to be saying somebody's disappointed me. I thought we played well against Croatia. We were a bit slow against Ghana. Let's see what happens today. Thanks for your super chats, by the way. Anthony Gordon's on the bench. Von, if you're missing him. TikTok Doggy, thank you very much for the follow. Hi says 120 million for Anderson is embarrassing. He's so bad. Okay. Sean Atwood says, do you have aircon? I don't have aircon, and getting an air conditioning unit in the UK is like rocking horse shit. You literally can't buy them. I've never thought about getting one. We've never needed one, but I probably would have got one this week, but they're like rocking horse shit. So if anybody works in air conditioning units and you've got a supplier that you can send to me, by all means, I will pay good money for one. But yeah, you literally can't get them in the UK. Thanks for the follow, Dara and Matty. Are Panama parking the bus? Of course they are. Of course they are. They're not actually playing as deep as Ghana, but they are. Yeah. They've got a lot of men behind the ball. As a Liverpool fan, says Skeet, we are prepared to be embarrassed. We're going to rule the Premier League in 2027. Yeah. How much have you had to drink, mate? How can you think you're going to rule the Premier League in 2027 when you've bought nobody and you were shit last year? I mean, look, if you go and make some good signings, maybe you can say it in August, but you can't say it now. Oh, Thomas is... we're just going to ignore Thomas from now on because his reply was Forest fan. So, 1-0. 2-0, actually. I beat you on the first one. In fact, that's not even 2-0. That's 4-0 to me. Thomas, you are raging, mate, aren't you? Ruined your Saturday night, haven't you? He's there like this. Oh, he's not even rage-baited by it. I've bloody lost again. Poor old... Rest in peace, Thomas. He's been Thomas the Tanked Engine, yeah. He's been absolutely battered. Go and try another... do you want me to give you some names of creators that you might be able to do? Because you ain't going to do it on here, mate. Sorry. If Forest fans all you've got... Okay, now, you must laugh at rain, mate. Favourite conditions to play football in, Mark? I'll be honest, after the first tackle goes in and you've muddied your shorts, I used to like playing in the rain because I was technically a very good player. So, I could play in all weathers, but I did like not torrential rain, but a bit of rain, you know. Thanks for the follow, Sig. And Tartan Army was a joy to have in Miami, says Leo. Yeah, the fans did well. Shame about the players. Shinobi Ben says, do you understand the third place thing yet? I don't. I haven't got a clue. I haven't got a clue. I don't know how it works, but it was Ecuador, now it's Senegal, but later on it could be Congo. I don't know how it works. But France are playing a third place team, and it's definitely Sweden. So I don't know. And I've never, ever heard anybody explain it in a way that I understand it. No one should have a Thomas in their lives, says Ashish. I mean, oh, come on, he's got a lot to learn. That's why you defend Anderson so much, says Hi. Mate, I rate Elliot Anderson. Deal with it. I'm not changing my mind because he signed for Man City. I always thought Fabinho would have been a really good signing from Monaco for United. And when Liverpool signed him, I said, well, I'm not going to change my mind because I look like a right idiot. I think he's a really good player. And I like Elliot Anderson. And if we'd signed him, I'd have been very excited. But he's gone to City. I'm not going to change my mind on him. Not easy being thick, Thomas, says Reb. He'll be fuming, mate. Let him be. Saw an old video of yours. Any recent geese attacks? Killen, I saw that last night. I was closing down TikTok and there was a clip of me and the geese. And then it came up on YouTube as well. It's weird how old stuff comes up. It's a little bit like I can guarantee you when I next go on my phone, I'll be getting adverts for air conditioning units because I mentioned air conditioning units. Actually, I won't get any adverts for them because they're out of stock everywhere. But if I said I'd like a pair of Nike trainers that are white with a red trim, I guarantee the next time I go on my phone, I will have recommendations for Nike trainers with a red trim because that's how your phone works these days. Oh, good interception there. He's in here. Panama are in. Well recovered by Gehi. I don't know how that works though, because when I was down the pub a few weeks ago, we were talking about this, and one of the lads said when his wife leaves the phone in the kitchen, he just spends loads of time in front of it saying, try new things in the bedroom. Try new things in the bedroom. Threesome, in the hope that his wife gets recommendations and maybe starts thinking it's a good idea. I don't know whether that works. I tell you what, it'd be horrible for him if he came home and she was trying it though and he wasn't involved. That would serve him absolutely right, that would, wouldn't it? I would laugh my head off if he was down the pub saying, you'll never guess what, I came home early from work and in the bedroom she was trying new things. There was 3 people and it wasn't me. Ariola, Verts, Gravenberch, Isaac and others will propel us. We will be super fit under him. Yeah, we're not Skeet. With all fair, all right, you're a big Liverpool fan. You think they're going to do well next year. You've had 2 comments. Please spare us from the Liverpool are going to be great next season fantasy when we're trying to watch England in the World Cup. Kane. Corner. What? Oh, he wants a handball. Oh no, I think it's been given offside. Yeah. Well, you can't give a handball for that. It's given a corner. It's given a corner. It's not. That's not a penalty. Even I don't think that's a penalty. Can't forget about Pineapple Man, says Tom. I'm surprised that one's not come back. There was a clip of me in Mallorca on a hotel balcony. I've not seen that one come back. Carrot cake was going around again this week. When we play a good team, our defence is going to get ran through, says Multifrex. Is England putting us asleep again tonight, Mark, says Bobby. Dylan says, have you seen the Nico Williams statement? He's not happy. I haven't. Let me see if I can find it. Thanks everybody who's watching, by the way. Please do subscribe if you're on YouTube tonight. We're trying to get up to 490,000. So, Nico Williams has sustained a muscle injury. Yeah, I think it's about the injury, isn't it, really? Thanks for the follow, Studley. Here's Rashford with a bit of space. Yeah, probably this is the side of Rashford I don't want to see. For me, he looks a little bit like point to prove Rashford. I think Rashford's best when he does a bit of both. A bit of creativity, a little bit of something else as well. Good ball by Anderson. Saka. I mean, with Saka and Rashford, we should be better creatively. In a few years, England's squad will be like France, says Stuart Walker. What, good? And have you done that one? Saka in the big 26 plus Belgium 2018 better, says Morning. On FotMob, you can see who's meeting who live. What? Before I die, I would like to learn the meaning of life and why Barcelona paid over £70 million for Gordon when they could have got Rashford for half the price, says Marlowe. Jazzy says, I love the rain because nobody can see my tears. Sound like a Newcastle fan. You should try buying a portable air conditioner. I heard they're really good. Oh, Greg, don't worry. I bloody have tried to buy one of them. Rocking or shit would be easier to buy. I was good enough in athletics to get a US scholarship. What we have done means nothing today, says Skeet. Is it coming home, says Cloud. Look, to win a World Cup, you don't have to play well every single game. You can grow into a tournament. To be fair to Panama, they are a little bit more progressive than Ghana. Pickford punches it away. Bellingham, that's a foul. Book him, ref. Book him. Mozza says, why haven't England rested players like Norway? Yeah, because we're trying to win, mate. Will Rashford fit back in at United, says Grant? Let's not take it that far, mate. That's not a conversation for tonight. Panama manager looks like Kevin Klein, says Fran. Mark, your head looks shiny. Well, this is what I mean. It's this constant sweat. KMW says, freeze bottles of water and stand them behind a fan. It actually works. Oh, I've heard all of this stuff. Anyway, we're about to hit a hydration break and it's 0-0. What's going on? What's going on? Nearly 15,000 people watching. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody, on YouTube. Please click the subscribe button and share. Lovely play by Kane. Rashford. Sorry, Rodgers. Bellingham. Pump up the tempo. I think, you know what? I think we've played quite well. I just think the final ball's not quite been there yet. And Panama, to be honest, you can see why they've not conceded that many goals in the tournament so far. Do you prefer Jude at the 8 or 10? I like him in the 8 because it makes us more attacking. But I think against, if you were playing like France or Spain, you'd probably want Rice and Anderson there, wouldn't you, as a bit more defensive cover. What's your choice of tipple tonight, Katie? I am on La Beer. Actually, I'll top that up a little bit over at the bar. I'm not driving. There you go. That's a very European glass. Hydration break. We should have a sponsor, really. A drink sponsor. Talking of sponsors, we are sponsored by Boyle Sports tonight. I'm relaxed. People are going to say you've messed up here. So my bet builder with Boyle Sports is England to win, Saka to score at any time, over 2.5 goals, over 7.5 corners, and Harry Kane to have over 2.5 shots. Right here, right now, the stats look like this. We've had 4 corners, so over 7.5 is looking good, but we've only had 1 shot on target, and obviously it's 0-0. But look, You've got to learn to break the low block. I think Tuchel's having a word with Rashford there, saying, stop being so greedy. Pass sometimes as well. Yeah? You know, you're a very good player, but sometimes you can be a very good creative player as well. You don't need to run at them all the time. But having said that, you see there's a lovely bit of creative play from Rashford. But I understand Rashford's wanting to run at them a little bit as well, because that can break a low block. Individuality pulls people out of position. So, yeah, can work quite well. Don't forget, I'm asking you 2 World Cup themed questions with Ball Sports today. The first one was, which England defender scored 2 headed goals from corner kicks during the first half of England's famous win against Panama in the 2018 World Cup? I'll tell you at half time. Second question, Switzerland have qualified for the knockout stages in each of the last 4 World Cups, 2014, 2018, 2022 and 2026. Who's the only other European nation to have done that? Of course, we didn't do it because we didn't get out of the group stage in 2014 in Brazil, did we? And don't forget, back yourself with Ball Sports, 18 plus, UK and Ireland only. Please bet responsibly. Terms and conditions are in the description and on the screen. And that's the hydration break done. Lovely stadium, the MetLife. Never actually been, but I did drive past it, and I've seen it on the telly. That's enough, really, you know? That is enough. Jordan says, what could you throw further, a baguette or a naan bread? With a naan bread, you could frisbee it like a discus. And with a baguette, you'd javelin it. I reckon you'd throw a naan bread further. I think a lot of people would think it would be the baguette, but I actually do think it would be the naan bread. Thanks for the follows, THFC Leighton, Spurs fan. I hope you, Stephen. Thanks for the follow. Fiona Maguire as well, and Thomas Jones, and Ozzy, and Mozza. The hydration breaks aren't going to go. Oh, Panama are in. Shot and a corner. Another corner. Rodriguez. Yeah, they are getting chances on the break because England are pushing forward. So I'm not too worried about that. If anything, it makes them get a little bit of confidence that might lead to space at the back. Just looking through the Panama squad, Thomas Rodriguez, 27, plays for Saprissa. Got a couple of people playing in Ecuador. Cordoba plays for Norwich. Andrada plays for Lask. Murillo plays for Besiktas. But most of their players are all around the world, really. Few in Mexico. Carlos Harvey, 26, plays for Minnesota. Blanco says, England fans are singing God Save the Queen. The rest of us are singing God Save the rest of us from this boring football. I don't think we're singing God Save the Queen anymore because she's dead. It'd be God Save the King. Personally, I'd sing Jerusalem. Bring me my sword. Bring me my bow. Harry Kane stopped dropping back against the low blocks, says Andrew. And Lucas says the only reason the hydration break was introduced was so Americans could stuff in more adverts. You're probably right. Rogers, Saka. Go on, Saka. Oh, it's going to be a bloody goal kick. Just visited my 49th US state on a road trip. Only Alaska left to go. Following the World Cup games through you. So thank you, says Goldilocks Effect. Mate, I love that travelling. Well done. Seeing the world. How far will the US get, says Ghetto. Let me have a quick look at the... where would it be? World Cup. Table and schedules, knockout stage. So USA are playing against Bosnia. Then they'll play the winner of, well, we don't know yet because the group hasn't been decided, but it could be Belgium, South Korea. So I'd expect them to get past Bosnia. It won't be easy, but I think they can get past Bosnia. I think they can get through the next game. So I think quarterfinals where they'll probably catch Spain. So quarterfinals for the USA would be great. But look, Bosnia, Belgium, South Korea, they're not necessarily easy games. Sunderland and Palace have got the most goals this World Cup, says Marlowe. Thank you very much. Florentine, Benjamin and Wayne, thanks for your follows. And Richie as well, and Alfie Smith. Come on. Get the ball moving. Lovely ball by Anderson out to Rashford. Look for the pass. Look for the pass. Went for the cross. Anderson's having a good game. He's running the game. O'Reilly. Come on, lads. This is better. Move it around. Good crossing by Rashford. Not too... No, it curled too much. Thanks for the follows, Jack and Anglo and Monty. Are you doing Colombia, Portugal? Yes, yes. I mean, I don't want to say too much because I was really looking forward to Norway, France. It was crap. I was really looking forward to Uruguay, Spain. It was crap. I mean, if you did the Uruguay, Spain game with me last night, 20 minutes to go, I was literally like this. I wasn't gonna make it. I picked up the guitar, played a bit of Wonderwall, bit of Live Forever, bit of Stone Roses, had a new lease of life. I could have climbed Everest. So hopefully, look, I've not watched Colombia yet, and I've not done a watch along of Portugal yet. Both Portugal games were done in Manchester in the studio, and I've not watched Colombia, so I'm excited to watch it. And obviously the jeopardy is, which side of the draw do you end up on? You're better off finishing top of that group. So yeah, looking forward to it. Duncan is very critical of England here. Boring in possession, shaky at the back. There's John Terry. He wasn't shaky at the back. In more ways than one, he wasn't. Tuchel hasn't got a clue. Southgate already had us 3 up by now when we played Panama. So, God, Duncan, don't go there. You class yourself as an idiot. Rainbow says we will get a new one torn when we face a top team. Yeah, but, you know, what top team are you talking about? I haven't seen this top team yet. I think everybody's played. Even France at times yesterday didn't look, and Senegal in the first half. So I don't know. I think you can grow into the tournament. Croatia have scored against Ghana, by the way. Let's have a look at what that does for the group. England have definitely qualified no matter what. But Croatia are top at the moment because they've got 6 points. Remember, England need to win to be top. I'm actually glad we didn't beat Ghana because I'd hate to have seen England like resting a load of players. I think it's really important that we build momentum. As it stands, Croatia plays Senegal. We'd go into the top side of the draw and play Portugal. And then probably play Spain. So if we come second in the group, we're in a much harder side of the draw. And we're playing on Friday at midnight instead of Wednesday at 5 o'clock. So it's important we do top the group. Otherwise, we're going to put ourselves in a very difficult situation. Remember, if you top the group, it's probably going to be Senegal or Congo, and then Mexico to get into the quarterfinals. It's a lovely ball by Panama, but I think he was offside anyway. So yeah, Croatia topping the group at the moment, which would push England into the side of the group that's got France, Germany, USA, Spain. Yeah. Long way to go. Long way to go. Maynard will change the dynamic of the midfield, says Ashish. And MPC board says, I'm sorry, I don't get what you see in Tuchel. Where were you against Croatia? I can see. I see what I know what I see. We're just playing against low blocks. Spain didn't score against Cape Verde, did they? You know. We're not the team that's playing anti-football. Nice ball out to Rashford. Back into... Oh, I thought it was Bellingham. Anderson. Yeah, had a shot from distance, but was going to take something special. Is Henderson secretly on the pitch? This is the tempo we play when he's on, says Jared. England won't beat Mexico in the round of 16, says Keeping Real. Well, we might not be playing Mexico in the round of 16 at the moment. Croatia winning puts them top of the group at the moment if we draw. Mark, you're looking diaper tonight, says Sunday. I was hoping you were going to say dapper, but diaper means something else. Wells says, Gakpo, we love you. We hope your family stays strong. You'll never walk alone. Oh, my God. Sorry. Yes, I apologies for not mentioning that sooner. Sad news for him and his, I think it's his wife, isn't it, if not partner. Very, very sad news, and obviously thoughts are with him. And anybody who goes through the loss of a child. But I think it was in pregnancy, wasn't it? But yeah, not nice to hear. Is he still playing in the World Cup? I only saw a tweet about it, so I don't know. Hi, Mark from India. It's 3 a.m, says Saith. Well, fair play, pal. Is this going to be Mark's second 0-0, says Cooper. Oh, God. If England start delivering my 0-0s, I'm in trouble, aren't I? Oh, what's going on with this grass? Is it synthetic? He's got those little... Oh, no, the side of the pitch is synthetic. I was going to say, he's got those little black synthetic dots you get on when you play on 4G. But I think it's the edge of the pitch. Do 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 do. Thanks for the follow, George and Realist over on TikTok. Oh God, yeah, I was just stood there then. I got a right tightness in my calf. Not used to standing up watching England. Saka, nice ball. Back. Oh, he's gone over. Gahey. Rogers. Rashford. Back post if he can. He can. Oh, good defending. It was nearly a good cross. Saka does well to win it back. No way, that's a foul. Anderson. Cross. Got. Oh, on the back post. Rashford. Wanted a corner. Nick says, I think Tuchel should have called up Simpson Pussy to fortify England's defence for the knockout games. Andy Herbert, thanks for your follow. Rasp says, I watched your Maddie McCann documentary review around 2019 the other day. It was excellent. Miss your movie reviews too. I used to like doing that, you know. That, I tell you what, mate, that cross comes in, Kane nearly got there. I did that. There was this documentary on Netflix about Madeleine McCann, and it was very good at the time, but it was probably about 7 years ago. So I did a reaction video on it because I used to work in, you know, like as a detective. And oh my God, you know, sometimes when you stick your nose in a beehive and you don't realise, there are a lot of conspirators, there are a lot of people very passionate about that, and they've got their own ideas. Yeah. That's not a penalty on Saka either. I mean, he's hardly get touched. You can't go down for that. Bill Allen Joe, thanks for your follows. We're normally better with Rodgers playing off Kane. You know what? Kane plays so well for for Bayern with Elise and Diaz and Musiala. And he has got the right players around him today. Saka, Rashford, Rodgers. It's just not working, is it? Right now, next is Portugal, says Dead Boy. At what point do these players just play barefoot, says Oddie. Didn't Southgate beat Panama 6-1, says Duncan. Oh, mate, Duncan, we've had you in the chat before, haven't we? Right, I'll let you know, Duncan. I'm not interested in going down that road, so seriously. He's a rage baiter, basically. I know he is now. F Soccer says Tuchel is the German Di Matteo. Unai Emery record is better at PSG. Only thing he's done is sweet talk the journalists. Did he not win the Champions League with Chelsea? I'm just asking. I think he did. Perth says England need to start playing baseball quickly. New camera, Mark, says Jake. No, same camera, just didn't have a setting on and had been using it wrong for 4 months. Theatre of Dreams 68 says, I don't think the midfield has chemistry. World Cup feels like Argentina-France collision course right now. I hope not, because it would be the same again, wouldn't it? Oh, Tyrone Mings is there. I suppose you'd go out there, wouldn't you? Yeah. Chris says, have you seen Argentina's route? It's a dream. In Argentina's route would be Cape Verde, then Australia or Egypt. Yeah, that is a good route, isn't it? I mean, Messi could be winning the Golden Boot. I tell you what, it's not been a great game, but it's nearly half time. It's going too quick for me. It's just, you know what? It's got similar vibes to Ghana. It's very It's very scrappy again, isn't it? There's not really any rhythm. George says, would you start Messi for England? Oh God, I'm not even gonna bother. Tuchel came in halfway through the season and won the Champions League and nothing else. Exactly the same as Di Matteo, says Soccer. And I think you as a manager would have this team winning the game, says Andrew. I feel it's a must win for this team and they're disappointing. Good play by Saka, corner. Irish Ryan says, England weren't going to win the tournament anyway. Doesn't matter who Tuchel bought for England. Oct0912 says, Panama might win this. Don't panic. That's the most important thing. Corner to England. It's not good enough. Crosses have not been good enough today. This team needs Foden. No, we fucking don't need Foden. Doesn't even start for City. I mean, that is a shit take, Stephen. That's just a lazy hyperbole bollocks take. Like, we don't need fucking Phil Foden. He's been shit for Man City. I mean, that's stupid. I mean, you could say we might need Cole Palmer, but, you know, Phil Foden, come on. Games like this where we need Pulisic, as Alex. I'm not answering about conspiracy theories. Maguire on a corner is not a bad shout, Kate, to be fair. In a low block, Maguire on a corner is not a bad shout. But then in a low block, you'd be playing a high line and Maguire would be vulnerable to that. Fucking hell. I tell you what, Morgan Rogers is having a bad game as well. There's too many players on that pitch not having a good game, isn't there, again? Very similar to Ghana. Here's Kane. What? Another fucking offside. Why are we getting caught offside so much? Sunday says Mark is in La La Land, think it's coming home. And how poetic would it be for Ronaldo to send home one of the guys that ruined United's culture in the knockouts, be vindicated again? Who would that be, Irish Ryan? I don't get that. Who ruined United's culture? Who's at England? 160 million for Anderson, 13 years, 9 million a year. It's a bargain, says Matt. Jason says, do you know how long a Ghanaian curse normally lasts? And thank God we didn't get scammed into appointing the German Di Matteo, says FSA. Oh my God. Can you and Duncan go on a date or something? Because it's repetitive. You've made your point. You don't like Tuchel. You've done it. All right? You just keep doing the same thing over and over again. This is what happens without Calvin Phillips, says Jazzy. And Elliot Anderson or Calvin Phillips. God. I might just stop reading some of these shit comments. Dan, thanks for the follow. 3 minutes added on, which is just the hydration break. If you're watching on YouTube, please click the subscribe button. We're only 100 subscribers away from 490,000, and then we're 10,000 away from 1.5 million. So please do subscribe, get involved in the channel. We are doing Colombia, Portugal at midnight, more or less straight after this as well. Very much looking forward to watching Colombia play. I haven't watched them yet, and I haven't done a watch along of Portugal yet. I've watched them, but it's I've not actually done a watch along, so looking forward to that. Yeah, I actually saw a comment on social media today saying that is anyone else missing Qatar World Cup over this, basically saying that this is not a very good World Cup. And I thought, yeah, Qatar was all right, but this is, I know England haven't played well today or in the last game, but I've really enjoyed the World Cup. I mean, you've got all the big players scoring goals, the Mbappes, the Vinnies, the Messis. We've had some good underdog stories. We've had some good games of football. We're still only in the group stage. I think the stadium's been great. I think the way they've changed the officiating has been great. Rashford, I thought I'd gone in for a minute, just wide. I say just wide, it was quite a lot wide, wasn't it? It was the curl as it came back from the advertising board. 18,000 watching. Yeah, please do click and subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. Bellingmore, Rogers, not both together, says Danny. I'd get Mainu on at half time. I'd probably put Bellingham further forward. Just realised that put my backlights on. Half time. May as well have a sit down. Basically, At half time, more of the same, innit? Very much what we saw against Ghana. Very similar performance to what we saw against Ghana. Can't break a low block. Struggling against a low block. And to be honest, a few players really underperforming. I'm not seeing the fluidity that I would hope to see. I mean, if I'm Tuchel at half time, I'm mildly concerned. I'm sort of like, we don't look like we're scoring against teams that really are not considered to be that good. So I think it's a rocket up the arse time. And for big players as well. I think Kane, Bellingham, you know, these are players that you need more from. Yeah, it's not a very good half of football, that. It's not going to, you know, once bitten, twice shy. I think you can get away with it against Ghana as a one-off, but that's another 45 minutes of the same. What have we been working on in the week, you know? What are the strategies to deal with teams like this? Because, you know, if we do get Congo or Senegal, if we manage to top the group, if I was them, I think you've got the blueprints of how to cause England problems. And they're better teams on the attack. If I was Senegal or Ecuador and they got England, I'd be like, well, let's be compact and hurt them on the break, you know? How bad would you feel travelling out and paying the money to watch this? Well, Stephen, you would feel bad, but not as bad as the Norway fans who travelled out to watch their reserves against France. Graham Potter's England better than Tuchel, says Lake. Foden hasn't started for City for 2 years. City haven't won the league for 2 years. Says Keel. Yeah, okay. This Foden hype is hilarious. England is not good enough to play with their food, says Grand Prairie. Deadboy6 says, hi Mark, have you heard of Gakpo and his partner losing their second child? Condolences and prayers go out to them. Yes, we have spoken about that. Very sad, yeah. Robert, thanks for your super chat. T Crow says the entitlement is real. England expecting teams to bend over for them. How a professional team comes out not ready to knock heads is baffling. Thank you very much for that. Jacob says Duncan and I dated for 7 days a week ago. Still not over it. A lot of lionesses there tonight. Might need to get them on, says Beth. Imagine your red-faced meltdown if Southgate did this versus Ghana and Panama. Oh God, Duncan. I would have reacted to the first bit. It's what you've wrote as the second bit. I mean, what more do you think I'm going to do other than just completely ignore anything else you say again? I mean, it was sort of funny before, but you go and say something ridiculous. So that's the end. Goodbye, Duncan. More Saka and Rodgers, says Rehan. And take Rodgers off, push Jude back up with Kane and bring Mainu on, says User. Yeah, I think he's got to make changes at half time. I think in the first half of this game and for 90 minutes against Ghana, it's not been good enough. So I don't think that you can give those players another opportunity. I think you've got to make changes at half time. And I think Mainu deserves the chance. And in tournaments, I remember Jamie Redknapp coming on in Euro 96 and he took the opportunity. And loads of players have done that. And I think it's right. Look, you could maybe bring Spence on at right back. You could try him. He's a bit more attacking. You could put Mainu into the midfield. But you've got to change something. And I think Mainu would give us more composure. And we could free Bellingham up because Rodgers is not playing well. Coming into the tournament, I actually wanted Rodgers to start, but seeing him in this game today, I don't think he's up to it at the moment. So changes, yeah, I wouldn't make changes on the wing. Quite happy with Rashford and Saka. I'd give them a little bit more time, but yeah, I would certainly be making changes in the midfield. Franklin says England is going to win. Tuchel exciting football, he says. Yeah, we were very good against Croatia, Marvin. I'm done with England, ready for United and Chivas, says Young. Rashford with his entitlement, says Irish Ryan. Thank you very much for that. I'm just catching up on some super chats. Alex says we do need Pulisic, don't you agree? What a terrible performance again, says Eru. I yawned a lot. And CM says a one-off bad performance against Ghana is fine. But to see another half of the game today, no different. Doesn't matter where England finish. We will be heading home early. I agree with you on that, CMT. You know, you can put up with the Ghana performance once, but to do it again, I think that it's not good. So second half, we need to see something a lot better. Tom says he'll be having words with his players at half time. Sophia says that Tuchel's job is to sabotage England or Germany. What do you think of Brazil now, says Sant? I don't think they'll win it. Go 2 up top, Kane, Tony Watkins behind Bellingham for Rodgers, says Robert. Well, you know what? I thought he was going to do that against Ghana. You know, we're playing a low block, and Harry Kane is being swamped like he was against Ghana. So 2 up front's not necessarily a bad idea. Kwanzaa offers nothing. Why is the centre-back playing at right-back? Yeah, I mean, look, the loss of Reece James and Livramento is unfortunate. I would put a right-back. Whatever you think about Jed Spence, you know, we played Danny Mills at right-back in the 2002 World Cup because Gary Neville was injured. So, you know, play a right-back at right-back, you know. Put a square peg into a square hole. Kezia says, we're basically showing the world if you play a low block against us, we can't do anything about it. We're so vulnerable on the counter as well. And Stories for All says, the answer to how boring the match is, yes. The team is not suited to play against the low block. Croatia did not sit back and they suffered. Andrew says, Trent should have been in the squad. Mika says, England need a playmaker. And TJ Hodgkinson says, I'm starting to lose confidence in England. I was super confident after Croatia, but this is sad. Just got a better job so I control you more, says True Gent. Well done. How bad would you feel? I've done that one from Stephen. And hindsight 2020, would you change any of the players that were called up that Tuchel left at home? Look, I think on some of the set pieces we look weak, and having Harry Maguire there would be useful. But then we are leaving Konza and Gahey at the back on their own. If you left Maguire at the back, you'd be very vulnerable. So maybe I've killed that one. I would like Mainu to come on at half time and see what he can do. I actually was quite pro taking that Rio of Liverpool. I know he's not a starter for Liverpool, but he just offers something. Would I have brought Trent? I'm not really bothered about him. I think there's a reason beyond football why he's not there, and you can't argue with a manager if he has an issue with the player. England will face Spain in round 16 if they finish second, says Ron. That's if we beat whoever we play in round 32. Imagine being held 0-0 to Panama. Atrocious, as Kevs. Yeah, I'm sort of thinking though that am I not right in saying that Panama only lost both their games 1-0 to Ghana and to Croatia anyway? Yeah, they lost 1-0 to Croatia with a goal in the second half, and they lost 1-0 to Ghana with a goal in stoppage time. So, yeah, I mean, look, we should be beating Panama, but they've only conceded 2 goals in 2 games. Just did my second full Ironman, says Zhao, in 9 hours and 10. Love from Brazil. Thanks for the constant content. Really helped me through difficult times. Well, mate, that is incredible. I don't think I could do many things for 9 hours and 10 minutes. Yo 0-0 bridge, says Funky. Love your content. Where was Kane? Varun says, is this teams figuring out how to play against England? England can't let Croatia top the group, says Vijo. I don't think they are winning at the moment, aren't they? I'm sure it's 1-1 with Ghana. No, they are winning at half-time. I thought someone had said they'd equalised. It was Sukic who scored in the 31st minute. They are leading 1-0, so they are therefore leading the group. I think there'll be a reaction from England in the second half. I think Tuchel will make changes. Yeah. Well, I hope he will. I'm not... T-Post, I don't want to do start bench sells, so this is the only one I'm going to do. Do not do super chats for start bench sells. It's an England game. I'm very engrossed in it. Start bench sell, Peppa Pig, Miss Piggy, Richard Ham, Clarkson's Farm. Okay. Palmer should have come. He could create, says Max. Yeah, I like Cole Palmer, mate, but he had a shit season. He can only look at himself. Like, you're taking people on reputation then, which is what people criticise Southgate for. How is it fair to take Cole Palmer when he had a bad season. You know, people moan, you know, if we brought Palmer and he played badly, people would be moaning about why we didn't take Rodgers then. You know, I think people like Cole Palmer are fantastic players, but they've only got to look at themselves. In your opinion, if Tuchel doesn't bring it home, would you say he's failed as the England manager? No, Katie, because we haven't won the World Cup since 1966. We've never won the Euros. So I don't think you can say to a manager, you've got to win the World Cup or the Euros, unfortunately. I think, yeah. England played well indoors in Dallas. Heat and humidity in Boston, New York is weighing them down, says Brendan. Thank you very much for that. Foden and Palmer savers. Now you've got to agree. I don't agree, Iru. They both had bad seasons. It's on them. England always underperform. Never forget Iceland, says Hand. And Tuchel masterclass second half changes incoming, says Santana. Panama are good defensively, deserve some credit, which is what I was trying to say, VBA. Trying to say that. Mickey, thanks very much for your follow on TikTok. The game is going very bad, Jamie. Yeah, it's not been very good from England, to be honest. Not very good at all. One thing that's very good, though, is we are very close to changing that number to 1.49. We are very close to 1,490,000 subscribers, which would put us 10,000 subscribers away from the magic 1.5 million. We're eight subscribers away from 490,000. So if you've not subscribed, please subscribe on YouTube. We're nearly there. Let me come back to my live chat. Stephen, Joseph, Alex, Kelvin, and Guri, thank you very much for your follows. We are live for Portugal against Colombia straight after this game, yes. I'm actually really looking forward to that. I mean, I don't know. Some people have told me that Colombia are good. Why are they playing rugby next week? Why are they playing rugby in the Nations Championship? What's all that about? Why is rugby being played in July? What's going on there? Does anyone like rugby and can tell me what that's all about? Don't even know what it is. Anyway, back we are in the chat. Nixon and Colin, thank you very much for your follows. Maguire had a great season. Why didn't he go? England draw, we go top on head-to-head, says Robert. No, we don't, Robert. I mean, I want to just tell you this, Robert, very, very simply, and then I'll tell you what I'm doing on my bet builder, which is actually going to be depressing. Yeah, we're drawing here. That's as it stands, Robert. So we're already drawing, and we're on 5. Croatia are winning, and they're on 6. So if we draw, we finish second. And Ghana would go through with 4 points anyway. So... yeah, I don't know whether Ghana might have rotated players against Croatia, by the way, because they were already going through anyway with 4 points. So they might have rotated. Don't know. Yes, we are sponsored by Boyle Sports. The bet builder curse continues. Terrible picks from me. So a bet builder is where you put a load of things together in one bet and they all need to come in. I've got England to win. They're not winning. I've got Saka to score. He hasn't scored. I've got over 2.5 goals. It's 0-0. I've got over 7.5 corners. I do believe I'm not far off with that. And Harry Kane 2.5 shots. I don't think Harry Kane's even had a shot. I can get that checked, but I don't think he has. So it could be the clean sweep of bad decisions here. Corners, we've had 6. I probably will get over 7.5 corners then, to be fair. Answer to the quiz questions. Which England's defender scored 2 headers from corner kicks during the first half of England's win against Panama in the 2018 World Cup? John Stones. And Switzerland have qualified for the knockout stages of each of the last World Cups, 2014, 18, 22 and 26. Who is the only European nation to have done this? It's actually France. It's actually France. It's surprising, isn't it, that no Spain, no Germany, no England, Switzerland and France are the only 2 European nations to qualify from the group stage to the knockouts in the last 4 World Cups. Don't forget, Ball Sports, if you want to put your own bets on, bet builders, etc. 18 plus only, new UK and Ireland customers. Terms and conditions are in the description and on the screen. Please bet responsibly, be gamble aware. Well, no changes at half time either. A bit disappointed by that, not going to lie. No subs. No subs. Michael, thanks for the follow. Ollie Myers as well. Palmer had a bad season, but Bellingham wasn't any better. Why does nobody ever criticise him? Says Black Bear Gucci. All fun aside, are we just going to get a rematch final? I think at the moment, Delgado, it would not be a bad idea to go Argentina-France in the final. They can only meet in the final, and they do look like the two best teams. From the big boys. But you know what? Portugal, Colombia, we might see something tonight. Well won, back by Anderson there. Kane needs to move the ball a little bit quicker. What the fuck is that? Morgan Rogers is having a right bad game. He's so much better than this as well. He's having a stinker, isn't he? You know, Kane and Anderson wins it back really well. Kane gets it into Rogers, and the pass is just ridiculously shit. He's just not settled in at all to this game. It's the Rugby Nations League, Mark. Is it new, Jacob? I've never heard of it. If I can survive the UK heat wave being from the States, I can survive this game, says Stuart Walker. Hello from Moran, says... okay, can't read that, I'm afraid. Sorry. Sorry if anybody read that. Mark still does 0-0. They will turn up in the second half, says Jack. It's so hot in the UK, I thought you'd be doing this live shirtless, says the Moose one. I mean, I can do. I'm open to contributions. Should have taken Rio, even if only to give him World Cup experiences. He'd still be just 21 at the next one with the tournament already under his belt, says TP. I agree. I think in a squad this big, I would have took him. I mean, Ezzy's in the squad, and I just can't see how we're going to use him. Mark, have you had a favourite game so far? I've had a few. I liked England-Croatia, but Netherlands-Japan was very good. There was another Japan game that was very good. I enjoyed the Argentina hat-trick from Messi. I've enjoyed a lot of games in it. It's a lovely switch of the play by Panama. See, I love the way the referees let the game go there. Crap pass, though. Crap pass. I can't believe how rubbish our passing has been the last two games. The Panama players down here. What's your favourite game been so far, everybody? Let us know in the chat. They've got an injury at the moment. SK, thanks for the follow. Ooh. Have we hit 490,000 subscribers? Please do subscribe. We were 10 away on YouTube. Bottom right-hand corner. This game's going too quick for me. We've already had 5 minutes of the second half and it's still 0-0. I can't have 2 0-0s in a row. I don't do 0-0s. I can't have 2 0-0s in a row. Australia-Turkey was a good game, says Jake. Yeah, I didn't watch that one. Spain-Cape Verde was good for that underdog. Go on, Kane. Go on, Kane. Wait for Rashford. Lovely ball. Go on, Rashi. Go on, Rashi. This is what we've got to hurt him now. It's a 4v4. Ah, he's got to pass. He's got to pass there. And that's where Rashford gets frustrating when he overdoes it, trying to be the difference. He had to pass that ball. Pickford, what the fucking hell is that? You absolute prat. Why is Pickford just blasting it there? We're fucking England, mate. It's 0-0. Just pass it. Why is that Pratt booting the ball like that? He's got bloody sawdust in between his ears. What was that all about? Just pass it out. A top-level goalkeeper there just passes it. And he fucking boots it. Pratt ball. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Rashford. He can't shoot. Rodgers. Get it to Rodgers. Oh, that was good play by Kane. I sense there's a goal coming. Well done, Anderson. He's had a good game. Yeah, definitely haven't got a goalkeeper who wants to pass out from the back. Well, I'm looking at the bench. I'm looking at the touchline. I'm looking at when he's going to make some changes. Yeah, 1.49. Thank you, everybody. We're only 10,000 subscribers away from 1.5 million now. Oh, how's that not gone in? Well, it would have been massively fortuitous, which means lucky. Cross came in towards Kane. He knew nothing about it. And the defender nearly put it in his own net. Oh, my God. That could have easily been an own goal. Lovely cross by Rashford. Defender did well. And then he boots it clear. It goes off the defender on their knee onto their arm. I mean, it's not a handball, but... Oh, he did sort of move his hand away, though, didn't he? Probably stops an own goal there with that. Why didn't we get a corner for that? What happened there, then? Was he offside? Yellow card. Ref gave a foul. Hi Mark, thank you for everything you do. Your watch-alongs have helped me through some tough times and given me so many laughs when I needed them most. You've always given me something to look forward to. You're the best football watch-along creator. Thank you, Max. What a lovely message and a lovely super chat as well. Thank you for being involved, mate. Really appreciate you. And everybody else who's tuning in. I'm a little bit worried about Panama on all these breaks. Do you reckon Rashi has been England's best player today? I think it's a good shout. I think Anderson's done well as well. What are your thoughts on Xhaka to Chelsea, says Beth? I think it makes sense for Chelsea. They've got no experience. You bring Xhaka in for a year at 34. A bit like they brought Thiago Silva in. You're only playing one game a week. Yeah, I think it's intelligent. Katie Talks Rovers says, unpopular opinion, I'd try Henderson or Trafford. Oh, mate, I definitely would. James says, will more teams adopt the low block against England? Wow, so many teams this season, so many football teams analyse oppositions anyway. So, I mean, if you were looking at England as your next game, and you look at Ghana and you look at Panama, you would look at it and go, well, they do struggle. They do struggle with that style of football. So, thanks for the follow, DJ Patrick. Here's Rashford, bit of space. Is he going to pass? Is he going to go on his own? Side netting. He's got to start passing. Look, I've watched Rashford for years, and when he's like this, it can get a bit frustrating. He's just in the mindset of, I'm not going to pass. And he might be being told to do that by Tuchel. Just get your head down and run. But it can become a little bit frustrating because If he doesn't score, you don't score. Reckon, thank you, Bailey. T, thanks for the follow as well. I do feel like an England goal's coming. I mean, I wanted to win by lots of goals, but we've not really got Saka into the game at all, have we? Ooh, not a bad shot by Panama there. You never can tell because Pickford's always diving around like Tom Daly anyway, but he did dive at that one. Lots of people saying it's not coming home. Heads are starting to drop. This is my problem. You can see the confidence draining. We're not top of the group either at the moment. And we won't be trying that on purpose, by the way. You know, if somebody says maybe we're doing it on purpose, we will not be trying to not top the group on purpose because topping the group is a better draw. Go on, Kane, hit it. Oh, he should have scored that. Best bit of play. Probably a good save by the keeper, but I would have thought I'd have fancied Kane there. One of the best strikers in the world. Anderson, back post. Good defending by Panama and a free kick. Yeah, keeper's done that. Keeper's done well there. I think it was very, very savable. It's actually good play, and I think it's Rodgers who plays him in. Yeah, I'd have fancied Kane bottom corner there, low. There's too much power on it. Sorry, there's too much height on it. I think if he goes low, he probably scores. Dan says it's better than what Saka's doing. Criticise him instead. I'm not criticising Rashford, mate. I'm talking as a Man United fan who's seen him have games like this where it's, you know, it can be a bit frustrating for him. Saka's not even in the game. Well done, Elliot Anderson. He's had a good game, Elliot Anderson, again. I thought he was best player against Ghana. Lovely ball into Bellingham. You've got to use Rashford. Oh, for fuck's sake. It's the simple passes that we're missing here. Gets it into Bellingham. Better. Lovely play by Bellingham. Where are we going? Corner. True Gent says, who did your teeth, mate? Great job. My teeth are natural. Oh. They're not. Go back to the old videos. They're not. Team picked to get the best out of Kane, so him being so bad is embarrassing. Tuchel basic tactics must take some blame. Is this why Tuchel has failed at every club? That's from Marlow. Thank you very much. Moshin, thanks for the follow. Oh, come on. Panama player looks like he's in trouble here. I wouldn't be surprised if City go for Rodgers, says Wyraf. A few people are saying Panama are going to win. Thanks everyone who subscribed, by the way. Don't forget we are on the road to 10 million now. Please do subscribe. Not 10 million, I bloody wish. 1.5 million. Thank you very much for getting involved. Make sure you subscribe. Just got an injury here to Kwanzaa and Rodriguez of Panama. Subs, Madueke and Spence. Where's fucking Mainu? Kwanzaa looks like he's injured. That's another bloody right back. We've got a right back curse going on, that's for sure. Corner to England. Saka, not good. Oh, get in! Get in! Hey, Jude, come on! Come on, then! Get in! Didn't look like a very good corner. Panama didn't deal with it, and Jude Bellingham turns it in. What a goal for England. Big goal for England. We're top of the group now. Ooh, who's moaning now? Get in. Get in. Lovely stuff. Yeah, against the low block, you just want to put the ball in the back of the net. I said I fancied a goal for England. There it is, half an hour to go. We'll steamroller them now. We'll absolutely steamroll them now. Come on. It wasn't a great corner by Saka. It was just, they didn't get their heads on it. It was Rodgers and O'Reilly. O'Reilly does a good, I tell you what, he's finished that well, Bellingham there. Just gets his foot on it. Knocks it into the bottom corner. But yeah, it didn't look like a very good corner, but I think O'Reilly sort of barges their player out the way, lets it go through, and then Bellingham gets his foot in. Come on. Outlying says Kane isn't doing much to encourage his team, is he? We need more from him as captain. Rashford has done the most out of all the wingers. Yeah, I think Rashford's had a good game. It's just been a bit frustrating at times. I mean, Saka's not been in the game at all. VBA says Saka's game does depend on the right back. Makeshift right back won't work. Stephen says, who England play if they concede 2 and down to 3rd? Well, we're not. We're winning. It's coming home. The Moose one says England doesn't have the confidence that the other contenders have. This game is a good example. England was supposed to be dominating. They don't have the flair or confidence like Brazil or France. Yeah, but I think when you're playing 2 low block teams in a row, you know, we had a lot of confidence against Croatia. Maybe we're going to be a better team against better teams that actually want to play football, and maybe we're going to struggle against the teams that don't. Panama was shouting for a handball there. Saka got the assist from the corner, yeah. Where is the midfield here? Fucking hell, lads. Wake the fuck up. Where's the midfield? I don't even know where the midfield was there. Ooh, I mean, it comes in and just lands on Morgan Rogers, but could have been given, but not been given. Go on, Madueke. No, you didn't need to do that. Control it, keep it in the corner. Saka and Kwanzaa off, Madueke and Spence on. United for Life says, why can't we break low blocks with our wingers? There's David. Sir David. David. Say, thank you very much for your follow. And Jack. Come on, England. There's got to be more goals in this now. Rashford, look for the cutback. Look for the cutback. Kane. Hit it, Harry. Oh, hit it, Harry. Oh, he wanted to hit it on his right. Good ball by Rashford. There's got to be more goals in this now. Once you've broken the low block, the game changes completely. Jude Bellingham scored the goal. No, you can't pass that to Rashford. He's miles offside. Nearly 20,000 watching. Thank you so much, everyone who's watching on YouTube and on TikTok. That's woke me up, says AMC Deacon. And I think England are awake now too. Come on, England. Hopefully the floodgates will open. Tom Knightley, thanks for the follow. England top of the group at the moment, as you can see on your screen right now. Any minute now. Any minute now. There you go. Croatia still winning against Ghana, but England winning puts us top. Cross comes in. Kane! Get in! Harry Kane! It's Harry Kane! 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 It's Harry Kane! Get in! 2-0. There you go. Where's all the doubters now? Come on then. Let's be having ya. Come on, Harry Kane. I told you, once you score against these boring low blocks, the real England comes out. You've just got to break the low block. And now that we've done it, it's a different game. And it's Harry Kane. Come on. Come on. Bellingham consistently performs at a much higher level than Kane. Jude is our saving grace, and I'm not even glazing, says Christian. Well, it's Bellingham who gets the assist on this as well. It's lovely play from Bellingham. That's how you put a cross in. It's a good header by Kane. Does Kane head it? Yeah. I thought it was a Panama own goal for a moment. They might give it as an own goal, but I'll give it to Kane. Bellingham's been fantastic. Okay, I take it back. They're turning up now. Hydration break. Hydration break. G. Demo says, what do you think about Boss from Australia as a potential left back, being quality for Australia? Never heard anything about him being a Man United linked player, mate. That's woke me up. Thank you very much. Thanks everyone who's watching. Make sure you subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. I thought they were going to do an interview with Harry Kane then. Now that would be a step too far. That would not be good. Well, Jude Bellingham, man of the match. For me, man of the match. Very good game. Goal was well taken, and the way he worked his assist as well, very good. So Kane's up to 3. I was just checking there. 3 goals for Harry Kane in this World Cup. 2 behind Messi. But Argentina have got some very, very winnable games, haven't they? Cape Verde, then it's Egypt or Australia. See what happens when you actually have quality on the wings, not like the drab like Rashford, Saka and Madueke, says Sam. We just had to unlock the low block, says T-Potion. Just Pacey says Goldbridge does not do nil-nils, get the fuck in. And who long run replaces Kane? God knows. Rob Dobson, basically a message to English talent. If you're aged between the age of 14 and 19 and you're in an academy, focus on being a striker. Study Harry Kane and focus. Stop trying to be bloody Cole Palmer and start trying to be Harry Kane, because we've got nothing coming through. Mate, if you're a decent striker in the next 5 years, you're going to end up playing for Real Madrid and England. Just focus on being a striker. Get in the garden and focus on being a striker. I'm telling you. Charlie and Caleb, thanks for your follows. Yeah, Messi's not playing tonight in the 3 AM game, and I'm not staying up. Goldbridge to record the next World Cup singles, says Andrew. I don't know about that. Hopefully we can get another couple of goals in the last 20 minutes, though. Because look at what Panama are doing now. It's amazing how when you lose in the game, you stop parking the bus. Yeah, there's so much space there now. Because they've conceded and they want to try and score a goal in the World Cup. So look how open they are at the back. I am doing the Portugal game, yeah. It's a quick turnaround, actually. I'm not doing a match reaction tonight because it's such a quick turnaround for the Portugal-Colombia game. So I'll probably do player ratings in the last few minutes. Sahaj says, do you think just Fontaine's record of 13 goals in a single World Cup can ever be broken with the expanded format? Yeah, definitely. I mean, Messi is on 5 after 2 games. And technically, you've got another... Well, he's not playing today, but even with that, he's got round of 32, round of 16, quarterfinal. So he's got 5 more games and he's on 5 goals. It will be broken under the new format, yeah. Maybe not this World Cup, but in future World Cups. I'm not doing a Harry Kane impression, no, Tom. I would like to see Freddie. I would like to see Mania on, yeah, but the he can't get a look in, can he? Even with Declan Rice out. I'd like to see Kane getting another one. Leaks and Josh, thanks for the follow. Yeah, so we're going to be playing at 5 o'clock on Wednesday night. 5 PM on Wednesday afternoon, whatever you want to call it. That's what England will be doing. As it stands, we're playing against Senegal, but I don't understand the process. So apparently, we could be playing Congo, but I don't understand. I've never met anybody who understands how you can predict who we're going to play, because it was Ecuador, now it's Senegal, and apparently it could be Congo. So, thoughts on Rashford? I think it works better than Gordon. I actually do like Gordon, but I think it works better, yeah. $15 minutes to go. Be nice to get a couple more goals. João Neves has been benched. Ooh, let's have a look at the teams if they're out. Colombia, Portugal teams are out. The winner finishes top of that group. So they should both be... Well, unless Portugal have picked their reserves, I don't know. Bruno, João Felix, Neto, Ronaldo, Vitinha, Ruben Neves, Cancelo, Diaz, Vega, Mendes, Costa. No, that's quite a strong team. Diaz starts for... yeah, Colombia have gone strong as well. Be a good game. Be a good game. Apparently Ghana have scored. Which... Does that put Croatia out? No. They'd still go through, wouldn't they, with 4 points? Because they've won 1 and then drawn 1. Yeah, Croatia will be fine with 4. Ghana will finish second with 5. Ooh, Panama, bit of head tennis there in the corner, but we've managed to get it out. Having a go, Panama. They definitely want a goal in the World Cup, don't they? They're not sitting back anymore. Ghana goal could be offside, apparently. Goal offside, yeah. You know what I was thinking about? Someone just said in the chat, Scotland's minimal chance of qualifying is gone now. Imagine how horrible it must be for the Scotland national team that they played on Wednesday night and it's Saturday and they're still waiting to find out. Waiting around in a World Cup that you know you're going out of, but you can't leave. It must be bloody annoying. It must be really annoying because you know when you've lost, you just want to go away, don't you? You want to go on holiday and get on with it. And they've had, you know, I know people say, oh, Scottish fans will be a loss to the World Cup, but they could stay if they wanted to. Obviously, it'd be better if they were watching Scotland, but they could stay and watch some games. But Scotland have had to literally sit in America for 4 days, hoping that they're going to stay in it, and know day by day that it's getting worse and worse and worse. Alm says, are you sad no United player will kick a ball for England? Well, I could say, are you thick? Because Marcus Rashford plays for Manchester United. Mattel, thanks for the follow. Tell you what I like about the England fans. You get a lot of England fans who support lower league teams like Bristol Rovers there. Spence, terrible cross. Terrible cross. I don't know what he was saying to Ollie Watkins there, Thomas Tuchel, but it must be harsh, you know. I mean, that's the harsh reality of football, isn't it? You know, Ivan Toney and Ollie Watkins, you're probably not going to get much. You're probably not going to get much game time, are you? Because you're never going to take Harry Kane off. Rub says, evening Mark, keep up the good work. Thanks, pal. Appreciate you. Graham says, England against Senegal. At the moment, but we don't know. Because nobody can figure out how it works anyway. As it stands, so it can change. Andrew says, being a Scot means this is my only chance to see a UK nation play decent football. Thanks, Finn. Stream's going well. Thank you. Thanks for tuning in. Shout, shout, let it all out. These are the things I could do without. Come on. Why do you think he's not taking Kane off? Probably because he wants another goal for the Golden Boot. I don't know. Bobby says FOTMob literally has the best third place teams. Not hard to understand. Yeah, but it is hard to understand because if you look against England, they get... I think how it works is there's a number of people we can play, and we play the highest in the third group, third place league. So let me look at this. England will play... I don't know why it's gone. I don't get it, because Ecuador are higher in the third place ranking than Senegal. But we did have Ecuador, and now it's gone to Senegal. So do we play the lowest ranking out of the groups? I don't know. I can't figure it out. I just can't figure it out. Dreadnought says, as it stands, Cape Verde have a better chance of winning the World Cup than Scotland have of getting to the last 32. Ouch, says Dreadnought. I originally thought France were going to win this World Cup. After seeing them defensively against Norway reserves, I'm not so confident. If Norway's reserves can get at them, anyone can. Thanks for the follow, Lucas, on TikTok. Appreciate you. Alm says, I'm not winding you up. I'm a Man United fan. Well, you should know that Marcus Rashford's a Man United player then. They have a draw on FOTMob. Yeah, but does FOTMob tell us why it could change till... All I want to know is, why was it Ecuador and it's now Senegal and it could be Congo? Because it doesn't make any sense out of the third place league, because Ecuador are higher than Senegal. That's what I was asking. And if Congo win, they go above Senegal. So how is it we get Congo if they win? Jordan Henderson's coming on instead of Mainu. He's... Oh, can't believe it. Can't believe it. I can't. That could be a foul, that. Yellow card. Yeah. I mean, Jordan Henderson, that's the only thing I disagree with Tuchel on. Jordan Henderson shouldn't even be at this bloody World Cup. He could have been in there. That should be a red. Too far to the goal, probably. I think that's exactly what Harry Kane is saying. Henderson and Watkins coming on. Still 10 minutes to go. Yeah, if anyone wants to help a brother out with an aircon unit in the UK, I will pay 5% over the retail price. You just can't get them. I want a good one as well. I want the one that Haaland does the ad for, really. But they're like rocking horse shit. We play the 5th placed third team if we win, says Jamie. We play the 5th placed third team if we win. Okay, thank you, Jamie. So, at the moment, the 5th place third team is Paraguay. So that doesn't work. Sorry, Jamie. Thanks for trying. Senegal are 6th. We're playing them at the moment. Yeah, this is Jordan Henderson, who doesn't always start for Brentford. Might get an assist here. No. Yeah, we definitely won't be playing Ireland because they're not in the tournament. Jamie's a legend. Everyone's saying fair play for trying, Jamie. Exactly. Croatia have scored again. I think it's 2-1 in that game. Yes, 84. 83rd minute, Vlasic. Lucasen had made it 1-1 for Ghana. But Croatia... I mean, look, we battered Croatia. They've beaten Ghana. And Panama, you know. Weird group. Nikolai says, look into heat pumps. They heat and cool. I'm not from the UK, but my Google search said there is a government grant for them. Ooh. I will look into them, not just because you've done a super chat. Free menu in the chat. Rashford, good play. Can you get the shot off? Didn't pass, does now. Spence into Madueke. Cross is good, take your time. Oh, who's that on the back post? Rashford. I tell you what, I am enjoying this World Cup, and I think it has a nostalgic feel to 1994, if anyone can remember that. But it also has a nostalgic feel with the camera quality, because I struggle to tell who the players are. Sahaj says, I spent some of my Lucky United jersey look on England today. I put on the jersey and they immediately scored, saving it for the Champions League as well, says Sahaj. Thank you, pal. Are you bothered about Mainu? I'd like to see Mainu coming on, but look, I genuinely don't think Mainu's in the same category as Declan Rice, Jude Bellingham and Elliot Anderson. I can't justify him starting. I just would like to have seen him coming on. I meant 6th, not 5th. If DR Congo win, they go 6th. Oh, Jamie says it's the team that finishes 6th will play. Okay. Oh, they love this England fan, don't he? Because he travels everywhere. Not that one. Mate, what are you praying for? We're winning 2-0. Oh, he was definitely doing that for the camera. Imagine that. Imagine doing that. Fucking hell. We're gonna qualify anyway. We're 2-0 up against Panama with 2 minutes to go. The cameraman says, I'm going to be panning you to in a minute. And you decide to go, fucking hell, mate. We're England. It's Panama. We're 2-0 up. Fucking hell. I don't know whether some people have been watching most of our watch-alongs. I'm enjoying this World Cup, but the camera bollocks does my head in. Because the cameraman or woman definitely says, I'm coming to you now. We've had kissing. We've had praying. John United says, I'm surprised the camera hasn't panned to Mainu's brother with the T-shirt on already. Good one, that. Oh, it's definitely forced. Those camera guys or women are telling them people, I'm coming now. Why am I enjoying the World Cup? I'm loving it. I love the stadium. I love the stadiums. I love the atmospheres. I love the officiating. I've loved the fact that so many good players are scoring goals. I think it's a tough World Cup to predict at the moment. And I'm hoping the knockout stage, you know, a lot of people said the World Cup won't get going till the knockout stage because the group stage has got a lot of the crappy teams in it. But for a group stage with a load of crap teams in it, I think it's been good. And the knockout stage should be even better. Madueke's got a score there. Morgan Rogers has been a lot better in the last 20 minutes. Madueke's got a score there. Oh, Panama might get their goal. And they have. He's offside. No, he hasn't. He hasn't. Oh, feel a bit bad for them there. They can't speak. They can't believe it. They thought they'd got their moments, and I sort of wanted them to. It's close. I tell you what, I wouldn't fancy this against France. Defensively, we might actually get in a lot of trouble. Can I change my mind about it coming home, by the way? Am I allowed to do that? Ronnie says it's based on which group's third place team qualifies rather than their rankings. The Wikipedia page on the knockouts explains it well. Thank you, Ronnie. Yeah, so it says here. Apparently there's 495 possible combinations. The specific matchups involving the third place teams depends on which 8 third place teams qualify for the round of 32. There's 495 possible combinations. Yeah, I'm still not convinced. Yeah, there's a massive big grid. I don't understand it. Let's just see who we get. Where would this England team finish in the Premier League, says Alms? I don't know. There's the offside. I don't know, mate. Scotland are officially eliminated due to Ghana not beating Croatia by 3 or more goals, which we needed to happen if we wanted to still have a chance of qualifying, says Ewan. Bloody hell. You needed bloody Tom Cruise sorting this out, mate. Mission impossible. Mike says, plot twist, it's Amrim coaching England wearing a Tuchel mask. Thanks for the follow, Jacob. You play the lowest... Yeah, I've done that. Double D says, you play the lowest ranked third place team who qualified in the groups. EHIJK. Make the most of it because you won't get much further than that. Robert McCormack says, good or bad, he never goes missing, Rashford. He's been on the ball a lot in this game. Kyle says, to be fair, we are good. I'm nervous if we fight France. Yeah, I've watched England play 3 games. We've won 2 and we've drawn 1. I thought against Croatia it looked good. I think against Ghana it wasn't very good. I think today we've battled the win, but I don't think we'll be... I think after Croatia, teams might have looked at us and gone, they're a worry. I don't think they'll be worried about us now. So there's a lot of work to do. But look, Southgate took us to 2 semi-finals in the World Cup and we didn't play particularly well in them. On my bet builder with Ball Sports, I've just been told that it's not come in because Saka's gone off, so didn't get that. Also, What was my bet builder? Because I'm being told here that we didn't hit the corner one, and I'm convinced we hit the corner one because we were very close to it at half time. How many corners have we had? 10. So my bet builder was England to win, yes. Over 2.5 goals, no. Over 7.5 corners, yes. Saka to score, no. Over 2.5 goals, no. And apparently Kane had only one shot. Okay. Didn't work then. Didn't work. Thank you very much to Ball Sports, by the way, for sponsoring our stream today. Make sure you bet with your head, not with your heart. 18 plus only. New UK and Ireland customers. Terms and conditions are in the description and on the screen. Please bet responsibly and be gamble aware. Thank you very much for that. I'll get one of these over the line one day. Decisions, bad decisions. Bale Wall Justice says English wingers are just awful. SV7 says Mainu can't even get a run against Panama, being 2 goals to the good. Hi from Australia. Love the show. Thank you, pal. Thank you so much for that. There we go. End of the game. Look, it's job done for England. Top of the group. A lot of work to be done, but it's a good result. And you know, we go again on Wednesday at 5 o'clock against Senegal or maybe Congo. J Dead says my bet builder was Goldbridge goes 6-0-6. Asher says we got the win but not convinced. Yeah, I sort of agree with you on that one. I'm not doing a match reaction today because we're going to be live again in about 20 minutes for the Colombia-Portugal game. So quick coffee for me just to liven up a little bit, and then I'll be back live with you in just under half an hour. So thank you everybody for watching. Big shout out to Ball Sports. Thanks to everyone who tuned in. Thank you everybody who has given us a follow on TikTok, by the way. Over 700 followers in that stream. And thank you everybody who gave us a subscribe on YouTube. We are now on 1.49 million subscribers. We are less than 10,000 away from 1.5 million, which we're going to try and hit before the World Cup final. So thanks if you've subscribed. If you haven't, please do. And I will see you in about half an hour for a late night Colombia, Portugal. Very excited about this. I haven't actually done a watch along for the Portugal games yet. It was done in the studio in Manchester. And I haven't watched Colombia yet. So I'm excited for this one. You can guarantee it's going to be a 0-0 now. But there is jeopardy in it. And I'll see you in about half an hour. Take care. Thanks.